it's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the chairman of your Onslow County Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Barbara Eichner, to begin our press conference. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you and welcome this morning. It's a beautiful day in Bear Creek, and I have with me today my full board. I have Vice Chair Paul Buchanan, I have Commissioner Jack Bright, Commissioner W.C. Jarman, and Commissioner Millionaire Williams. And we're proud to be here for this press conference today. As many of y'all may remember, last fall there was a lot of uncertainty in this community in regards to their fire protection. And I'm proud to say, due to the combined efforts of Onslow County Commissioners and the Bear Creek Board of Directors, that we were able to step in on November 4th and reach an agreement that would set a precedent that we would be the third county in the state of North Carolina to endeavor fire service on behalf of a volunteer fire department merger. This fire department has worked diligently. They have had, since November 5th, 71 calls for service. That's an average of about 18 a month. 13 of those calls were for structural or alarm fires. And that's significant because the rule standard for a call like that is 14 minutes 80% of the time. But due to the outstanding efforts of the volunteers and our paid personnel from the county, we have achieved 100% of the time under 10 minutes. And that is extremely, extremely important, because what that has done is has led to today's announcement. This Board of Commissioners from day one said we are going to keep this community involved and brought up to date as to what's going on. We sent out 2,600 letters to the residents explaining the procedure of the merger, the partnership that we have endeavored. We have laid out a timeline, and we are proud to announce today the timeline that we thought would occur perhaps this summer has now occurred. State officials has established an ISO rating of a 6 instead of the anticipated 9. And you may ask, well, what is so important about that difference in the ISO rating? That rating is what your insurance company uses to set your premium. Let me put it in terms that we can all understand. An ISO rating of a 6 instead of a 9 is an average savings to the property owners in Bear Creek of $1,348 a year. Collectively, that's about a savings to our citizens in Bear Creek of $4.8 million. And it is all due to the efforts of the 86% membership of volunteers that work, live, and participate with the volunteer fire department and county-backed fire department here in Bear Creek. So with that effort and the efforts of the county, our citizens here will have fire protection, and they will have it at a reasonable rate with no increase in tax revenue. At this time, I will ask if there are other commissioners that would like to make a statement, or Todd, do we just want to move right into the questions? Okay. We'll move right into the questions then. If you have anything you'd like to ask of me personally or any of my commissioners, they're all very knowledgeable and supportive of this effort and will be able to answer respectively.
How many paid people will now be at this department, paid by the county?
What do we have?
We have Currently, we have 2 full-time emergency responders as well as 1 part-time emergency responder that is working out of the station.
Okay. Go ahead with your question.
Do you see this extending to any other departments in the county?
Onslow County Board of Commissioners has always held high the obligation to public safety. And while we support each year the volunteer fire departments, we're certainly there in case any fire department needs to partner with us to ensure the safety and well-being of our citizens. So I can't say absolutely we won't. I won't say we will. We're here. If anyone needs to reach out for us, we will consider each request on its own merits.
Are there still the same number of volunteers here as there were before?
I believe that we have a much larger number of volunteers since 86% of the membership here are volunteers, but there's always a need for more volunteers. So if there's any member, not only of this fire department, but any other fire department in Onslow County that would like to volunteer, I'm sure their individual departments would love to have them.
And I asked, when does the new rate become effective? Is it effective now, or do we have to wait a certain period of time?
Each insurance company assesses their annual rates differently, so that would be a question that I think would be more applicable to an insurance company rather than to the Board of Commissioners or the volunteers.
Barbara, the rate never changed. It stayed 6.
Okay. My commissioners are telling me that most of the rates or all of the rates have not changed, so there's a good likelihood that there will be no increase at all, and there's a possibility most residents won't see any effect at all. Anything further? Okay, at this time we will conclude this press conference unless there's anything further, and if you would like individual interviews, the commissioners are more than welcome to take your questions. Thank you.
Got one. Annette Hardy has something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm a resident here around the corner, and I personally would like to thank each one of you for stepping in as quickly as you did. Financial disaster. And I appreciate it, and I'm sure my neighbors do too.
Thank you, Annette. We appreciate it.
Barbara, one thing you probably need to let them know is that the people that's not here or don't see this, we've sent out letters to everybody, and everybody that's here, a resident, should be getting a letter based on this.
Okay.
There was, along with this press conference, the county felt the need to at least let all the citizens in this fire district in Bear Creek know what had transpired with this new news about the insurance rates staying at ISO 6. The county, thanks to our county manager and folks in their media, actually mail, and whenever you get your mail today, you will actually get a letter from the county letting you know exactly what the chairman has told you about the ISO rating. The ISO rating, from what I understand, it never changed. So we never went to a 9. So the ISO 9 rating was never issued because of the fast action of Norm and the chief and all of these volunteers here that stands between you and a rescue operation or fire. So at least when you go home today and look in your mailbox, you'll actually have official notice of this change. And I think that was commendable on our county manager and staff to get those letters out. Anybody else?